Here we go. Bank of America predicting the Fed will cut rates next week. Bullish, bullish. What else do we got here? We got Vanguard officially listing BlackRock's spot Bitcoin ETF. Dang, man, this is huge. Institutional availability of crypto. Their exposure is literally like, this is so funny because how it started. Vanguard CEO says they will not offer spot Bitcoin ETF because it does not belong as a long-term portfolio. It does not belong in a long-term portfolio, and it's not a store of value. All right. Shortly after, they say now Justin, they are allowing clients to buy crypto ETFs. This is what we need. All right. Institutional adoption. This is exactly what we're talking about. Not just institutional, but also retail. Vanguard. All right. They have massive, $11 trillion under their management. So when they go suggesting people, all right, yo guys, I would suggest at least like 3% allocation to Bitcoin and crypto ETFs. 3% allocation, just a 3% allocation would absolutely burst the crypto market cap upward. And not just that, but as well, we have some very bullish actions from the Feds, bullish for crypto. Let me be clear, because here they go. This type of, what they're doing here is they're basically injecting money, billions. And this looks like 13.5. That's $13.5 billion injected into the US banks overnight. They just did that to be able to provide banks that liquidity. Okay, what does this mean? This means that it's extremely bullish for crypto, for proof of work, with a finite limited amount of quantity, like scarce assets like Bitcoin and Kaspa. Gold, of course, as well. And this is bad for the dollar, bad for the banks. The banks are having their own little liquidity crisis. They don't have the dollars necessary to provide and to have that healthy margin levels, like to be able to, provide to their clients and the people that are using the banks. So this is basically a major red flag for the dollar and for banks. Okay. And it's a major green flag for crypto. They're basically injecting money into banks to make sure that they work fine and properly above safe margins. So first it happened in November 28th, $11 billion. And then December 1st, $13.5 billion injected into the banks. This goes back to what happened here. So it wasn't as large as this liquidity injection on October 31st, which is unbelievable. But you see, it's just been a series of liquidity injections, and this is the second highest amount, especially recently in the last few months. So with quantitative tightening officially over, quantitative easing is approaching. Okay, it's just a fact of the matter. It's coming. And when we'll likely see that when the new SEC chair comes in, Trump's going to announce that very soon, I think by the new year. So we'll see exactly when that all comes into place, but it's pretty much inevitable where we're going to head to. The dollar is going to continue to inflate, and they're continuing to print money. It's just unsustainable. They're basically, buying these treasury securities, providing this treasury the funding to alleviate the short-term pressure. Long-term, it's just messed up. There's no saving it. There's no saving the dollar. Their best chance of saving the dollar is with their centralized CBDCs, aka their current stablecoins, USDC, USDT. They're basically now CBDCs run by the US government to try to save the dollar. So highly suggest, not to hold your money, your crypto as stablecoins. But sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. But just keep that in mind that the stablecoins are literally CBDCs feeding the dollar as much as it possibly could. Therefore, it's not just the U.S. that's trying to increase liquidity and help alleviate liquidity crisis of the dollar and of bonds, and to pay bonds and to buy bonds, but it's also basically putting that in globally to allow other countries to essentially help the U.S. bond market. That's what these stablecoins are doing, and it's a pretty sneaky way of doing it. All right, so then we're looking at the Bitcoin Global M2 as well. Global M2 is pretty steady, and it actually pumped up back, the 10-week lead. So that's why that also makes sense that we see Bitcoin pumping up. This was recently on December 1st. So the day after, it doesn't show the update here, but it's going to pump up to what, like 91,000. So there we go, that pump up. And then we may see a little bit back of a retest back down for Bitcoin, but it's basically consolidating. Very healthy to see. It's good to see, and especially going into the new year, bullish times ahead. Grayscale believes Bitcoin's 4-year cycle thesis will prove incorrect, expecting Bitcoin to make new highs next year. I couldn't agree more. Could not agree more. Okay, we're leaving that 4-year cycle thesis because Bitcoin is now, like, there's so much money now. Bitcoin's worth $2 trillion. There's not as much Bitcoin to be mined anymore. So there's just less volatility in play. That the boom and bust cycle, and that's something for new assets, emerging technology. Bitcoin is now becoming very mainstream. Everyone's heard of Bitcoin. Well, most people have heard of it. So that's why I do honestly agree with this thesis, this counter thesis, I guess. So something to keep in mind. Everyone's been saying, oh, this month is when the bull run is over. The bull run will be over in November. Bull run will be over by now. We're done for. Like, no. We're not following the typical cycles we've seen in the past, and it's been very clear. All right, so when you always say, oh, you can't just say now it's different. Well, literally look at the charts, look at the price action, the price history of what's been happening. Yeah, now is literally different. The altcoins haven't even seen the bull run yet, especially those low mid cap altcoins. That's why you cannot be more bullish on Kaspa right now. Run a node if you aren't already. All right, we're at 996 nodes, unhecking believable. I want to see some more nodes in Africa. So if you aren't running a node, this is the time. All right, you're gonna be the lucky one to be the 1,000th public node. That'd be sick. So I have a video on that. Just literally go to my video page, go to my video, scroll down a little bit, and it's for free. Run a Kaspa node in 3 steps. Look at the timestamps. It's honestly so much faster than 28 minutes is me talking a lot, explaining everything. But just go to the timestamps and you'll be good to go. It's honestly so fast to run a node and set it up. Like, here it is for me. I got this thing going. It honestly looks sick. You got the price, you got the block deck. What more could you ask for? And you got it even in terms of Bitcoins. This is going to end on December 5th. So if you haven't gotten a Tangem, this is a no better time to do it, because this is literally the best deal of the entire year. I've been tracking these deals for Tangem, and this is, I could guarantee you this is the best deal of the whole entire year. You're getting 20% off plus another 10% off with code SCAPE. So use code BF2025, use code SCAPE, SCAPE, that stacks. So then you got 30% off and $10 in Bitcoin. That literally gets you a Tangem as cheap as you can get, $28 for one of the best cold wallets out there. I mean, honestly, I think Tangem is the safest. It's like, you only have one wallet address, but for that single wallet address, I think it's the safest because you have no seed phrase attached to these cards. It's 3 cards. You hide them in different places, and there you go. It's as safe as you could possibly get. No one can memorize the seed phrase or anything like that. It's just a card. So if you get 2, it's still good. But the thing is, if you end up losing one or breaking one, you absolutely need to buy another set, because with just one card, you're still good to go. But you're going to have to use that card to send your assets to another set of cards, because you always need at least 2 cards in order to reset the password. So yeah, you basically always need at least 2 cards. That's why 3 cards are safe, because if you lose one, you still have 2 and you could take it easy. But if you have 2 and you lose one, you absolutely need to buy another set. And you could actually combine cards. Like, you could have a whole set of cards. Like, you could combine, if you lose one of these, you can combine this card with you buy a 2 set, and you can now have 3 cards all linked together. That's what I would suggest doing. I did have a video in the past where I explained how to link cards and how to do stuff like that. But this is an awesome deal, because not only is it just the best deal of the year, but it's exclusive to Bitcoin limited edition and Kaspa limited edition. No other cryptos is being here advertised. It's just Bitcoin and Kaspa. Tangem knows what's up. All right, this is insane. But for the 2 cards, you could only get this Tangem wallet. So if you want the Kaspa limited edition, you have to get at least a 3-card set. You could even get the Tangem ring, which is kind of cool. I'm not sure if you can get this with you get a family pack, looks like. But the Tangem ring, I'm not sure if you can get that with the Kaspa limited edition. But looks like it has to be this default Tangem thing. But still, the Tangem ring is honestly looking sleek. But there you go. There's the deals that you have for Tangem and for Ledger. I have both of them. I use them for 2 different things. Like this Tangem I use for the L1, the Ledger I use for the L2, and they get the job done. Ledger also offers more wallet addresses. If ever I need like another wallet address for something on the side, then I just have it for there. I keep everything secure. So that's what's up. There's another crazy deal, holiday season deal, save up to 50%. All right, so here we go with the Ledger. All right, so this deal is regarding Ledger. What's up with Ledger? There's 2 main things that I like about Ledger compared to Tangem. All right, so first off, Ledger, you're able to use it on the L2, Kaspa L2. So the zkEVM, Kasplex zkEVM, and with Igra Labs, you're going to be able to save your asset or secure your assets on Ledger via MetaMask. Okay, so you literally you link your Ledger on the MetaMask. That's how you can access the EVM compatible L2 on Kaspa. So that includes Igra Labs and Kasplex. That's what's the good thing, because Tangem doesn't currently support Kasplex L2 or Igra Labs. Who knows when Tangem will support the L2 of Kaspa? We don't know. But Ledger currently does. That's what I'm using to store and secure my assets on the L2. I use it and store it on Ledger. I mean, I don't want to be storing this stuff on a hot wallet. So that's what I'm doing. And you got some crazy deals here. Some good deals. I mean, yeah, it costs a lot for all this stuff, but the simplest one, Ledger Nano X, half off. That's pretty crazy. As good as a deal as you get. And it's also kind of interesting the other products they offer down here. It's like Ledger Recovery Key. Kind of reminds me of a Tangem. Basically, you tap to restore your assets, your wallet. Your seed phrase gets linked on this little recovery key. It's a new thing they released. Kind of cool. But yeah, definitely check this stuff out. So that's the one thing, is that it's compatible with the Kaspa L2, unlike Tangem. But the other thing too that I also really do appreciate with Ledger is that you can have as many Kaspa wallets or crypto wallets as you want. You can just keep making them. It doesn't even matter. So it allows so much more anonymity and with that, some privacy for your holdings. Whereas Tangem only gives you one Kaspa wallet address, one crypto wallet address per crypto, per coin. Ledger allows you to do that because it's based on a seed phrase. Basically, it can create many different wallets based on the seed phrase. It can create many different private keys based on the seed phrase, unlike Tangem, which is based solely off of a private key, a single private key. That's just how they work. That's just the two ways, okay? I really do love Tangem. I like how it's just 3 cards, no seed phrase. But Ledger, I also very much appreciate the fact that you can have so many different wallets and whatever. You can have your sister, your brother, your wife, they can all have their own separate wallets, and it's nice to compartmentalize everything, and especially as a cold wallet. So that's what's good with Ledger. You got some crazy deal. Looks like it's going to go into the holiday season, with December, the new year, perhaps. Who knows exactly when it's going to end, but this is also the same exact deal they had for Black Friday. Now we got Tangem deal as well. So that's what's up, guys. Stay bullish and peace out.